Picture this. You move into your dream ranch, cows roaming, sunset calm, then a wolf, the size of the Incredible Hulk, strolls up and just lets you pet it, calm, domesticated, almost like it's trained, until it lunges through the fence and bites your calf's snout clean off. So you unload a .357 Magnum at point blank range and it just blinks, walks away like nothing happened. Welcome to Utah, welcome to Skinwalker Ranch. Let's get into it. This place out in Uintah Basin's been called everything from a UFO highway to a portal to hell. People see lights, hear voices, lose cattle, and still list the property like it's a vacation home. But the story isn't just aliens or ghosts. It gets deeper, with a Navajo curse that supposedly unleashed shape-shifting witches on Ute land. 100+ years later, that energy is still humming. Sounds insane, right? Stick with me. In the late 1800s, the Ute tribe joins the US troops against the Navajo. The Navajo didn't forget. They sent a curse, the Skinwalkers, to roam the land. The Navajo called them Ye Now Delushi. I think that's how you pronounce it, which translates to, by means of it, it goes on all four. They were basically medicine men who turned dark, traded blood for power. The Utes walked away. They said the ground itself is poisoned. Fast forward a century, nobody should want this land, but somebody did. Enter the Sherman era. In 1994, Terry and Gwen Sherman buy the property. Fresh start, but the first day, that oversized wolf shows up, looking like it crawled out of a Marvel experiment. It bites a calf through the fence. So Terry fires his .357 Magnum, nothing happens. Switches to a rifle, still nothing. Not even blood. Was it a skinwalker in disguise? That's the opening act for 2 years of chaos. UFOs over the field, glowing orbs stalking the herd, objects flying inside the house, machinery sounds underneath the soil. The dogs were chasing a blue orb, and out of nowhere, gone in seconds, leaving only greasy ash. Try sleeping after that. I think most people would have burned the place and moved across the country. But instead, some millionaire knocks on their door and says that he'll buy it from them. Robert Bigelow. And he didn't bring holy water. He brought scientists. Welcome to the Bigelow takeover. Founder of the National Institute for Discovery Science. He cuts a check for $200,000, makes sure that the Shermans sign an NDA so he can control the narrative, and turns the ranch into his personal research lab. He brings ex-military, astrophysicists, biochemists, the works, the whole gang. They witnessed humanoid figures with yellow eyes perched in the trees. Crazy. They'll shoot, gone. They saw pretzel-shaped objects twisting in midair and then disappearing. Wild. Cameras that got gutted from the inside. What? Cattle dissected like surgical practice. Insane. At that point, you done investigating. It's time to evacuate. Bigelow admits he saw things he can't explain, but he still stays vague. Later on, he tells 60 Minutes he's absolutely convinced that aliens have visited Earth. When a man is building space hotels and they say that with a straight face, you gotta pay attention. Then comes along this side effect, which he called the hitchhiker effect. Whatever's on that land doesn't stay there. It follows you home. They started seeing the same lights, the same shadows, but in their own houses. That's when you stop calling it a research trip and start calling it a problem. After that, Bigelow's team calls it quits. In 2016, a new owner steps in, but that's when the cameras roll. Enter the Fugel era. Brandon Fugel, which was a real estate mogul, science buff, and a skeptic. He bought the ranch just to see for himself. That's a different tax bracket of curiosity. Imagine being so rich that you decide to go out and buy a ranch just so you could see if it's haunted, just so you could see if this paranormal activity is real. That's that kind of money that I want. He brings in scientists, radar, radiation sensors, and eventually the History Channel. He also claims that he saw a UFO personally. On TV, you see Tesla coils, EM spikes, theories about portals. It's equal parts lab and equal parts reality show. Then the government names start to surface. The same mysteries Bigelow funded now echo in Pentagon briefings. So what's the motive here? Is it research or is it containment? Let's talk about the believers versus the skeptics for a moment. Two camps form. One says the ranch is crawling with entities. The other says it's clever marketing. Believers point to eyewitnesses, radiation spikes, and aerial footage. Skeptics call it entertainment with a budget. And then there's the cultural side. The Navajo tradition says even mentioning skinwalkers invites trouble. So maybe the problem isn't science or ghosts. Maybe it's all about respect. So here's my take on Skinwalker Ranch. Every era rebrands the same mystery. The Navajo called it witchcraft. The Shermans called it monsters. Fugal calls it a docu-series. Maybe it's all the same unknown, just filtered through the times. Or maybe the real phenomenon is our need to explain the dark corners of our own map. Either way, if I ever hear engines under open soil, I'm not investigating. I'm gone. So what do you think? Curse, cover up, or one of the most profitable mysteries in Utah? If a wolf ever eats bullets and walks off smiling, I'm out the paranormal business. This is Grimy Ghouls, where the truth gets stranger the longer you stare at it. I'll see y'all next time, assuming that portal stays closed.